One thing that is absolutely certain, the marketing department on this film gets an F. Yep. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Rise on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is Cult Killer. Cult Killer is a new thriller that is in theaters right now. It is directed by John Keyes. Um, directed by John Keyes. It's directed by John Keyes. And what is Cult Killer about? Well, the film centers on Cassie Holt, who is played by Alice Eve. She is um, a drunken mess turned, in 5 short years, private investigator under the tutelage of Mikhail, played by Antonio Banderas, in what amounts to an extended cameo, despite what the marketing would have you believe. One day, out of mistaken identity, Mikhail is murdered by serial killer Jamie, played by Shelley Henning. And while on the hunt for Jamie, um, Cassie gets sort of caught in the middle of Jamie's pursuit of the abusive cult that tortured her for many, many years from childhood, both physically and sexually tortured her, and attempt to kill them all. And eventually, Cassie, whether she likes it or not, begins sort of a begrudging frenemyship with this serial killer to hunt down the cult. Um, while all the while having flashback related lessons that she's learned from her fallen mentor. Alright, let the mayhem begin. So look, this movie would have you believe that's true, but not in it as long or as often as you think, Ethan. Sadly. So the marketing of this movie, the poster and the trailer would have you believe that this is essentially a film about Alice Eve and Antonio Banderas hunting a psychopath. That is not this movie. That is not this movie at all. In fact, Henning is really the main character of this story, and she's not even in the trailer or poster for this movie. This movie, one thing I will say about it is the marketing department are blatantly lying about what this movie is about and are doing so in kind of a skeezy way. And that's kind of a shame because Cult Killer's not a bad movie. Actually, I kind of liked it. And I liked it for exactly what it wasn't advertised as. I liked the fact that this was really a story about the dynamic between this sort of detective and this serial killer who was the victim of these abusers. And the dynamic between Alice Eve and Shelley Henning is actually really good. I like their dynamic. This is the best I've seen from either of these actors in a while. They're both really good. Um, Antonio Banderas is good, but again, he's barely in it. Um, he's in the movie. I think total the movie's about an hour 45 minutes. And this is pretty high ball. I'd say about 10 minutes total screen time. I mean, he's barely in this movie, but this movie is a decent thriller. It's actually kind of intense. There's some actually kind of hard to watch moments that push it into horror territory. And I do think the acting is good, and I think the story is good, and I do think there is a genuine attempt to explore its subject matter and not just use it for tawdry thrills, which I appreciated. But that being said, my biggest thing with Cult Killer is that I think that it's not anything brand new that you haven't seen before. And also, I just think that I need to kind of warn the audience, and it's not a knock for me against the film itself, quality wise. But if you're going in thinking this is some action movie where Alice Eve and Antonio Banderas hunt a serial killer, that's not this movie. That not even a little bit. That is totally not what the movie's about. But knowing that going in, Cult Killer is actually pretty decent. I was really surprised. It's not anything life changing. It's not anything really spectacular, but it's a solid crime procedural with elements of horror. I really dug it, and I'm gonna give Cult Killer a matinee. I'll give Cult Killer 3.5 out of 5 stars. I was really surprised. I actually kind of dug this flick. It's not anything world changing, but I actually liked it. I thought it was good. So yeah, Cult Killer gets 3.5 stars. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. The Bike Riders, talked about it, looks good. The First Omen, talked about it, looks good. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, or Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire, talked about it, looks good. Abigail, talked about it, looks good. Imaginary, talked about it, looks good. And Madam Web, talked about it, looks good. And was there shawarma? No, there was not. All right, that is it. We will be back on my second channel tomorrow for a quick first reaction of first thought reaction from Sundance of A Real Pain, starring Jesse Eisenberg. Friday, we will have back-to-back reviews of The Zone of Interest, which is the last Best Picture nominee that I have not seen of the 10, so that'll be exciting, as well as All of Us Strangers. Also, either Friday or Saturday, we will have a review of The Underdogs, starring Snoop Dogg. Saturday, we will have first reactions from Sundance on my second channel again of the documentary Girl State, the sequel to the terrific 2020 documentary Boy State. Sunday, we will have an early review of the American Society of Magical Negroes, which I'm seeing at Sundance, but it's so close to coming out that I'm going to do a full review for it. Why not? It comes out in March. And then Monday, we will have an early review that is a mystery. It's AMC Scream Unseen. It's a horror film. That's all I know. And more to come, including Argylle, and the best films of 2023 and the worst films of 2023. Also, later on in February, we will have special videos. My nearest theater is doing the live action shorts and the animated shorts collection for this year's Oscars. So we will have reviews of those two anthology films, of the other short films. So yeah, that's coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, class Smith. I love you 3,000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment. Even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me else or reviews this and other fun stuff, you can check me out on all my social media. I'm at either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below, what did you think of Cult? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie?